Hey there, this is Brian Tarian from the Disability Digest, and in this video I'm going to go through with you the response or my response to a commonly asked question, which is, what should my Social Security disability representative be doing for me? Or do I need a disability representative? Or how can I justify the possible max fee of $7,200? So I'm going to go through step by step, and this is what we have done here. I've been doing this for 17 years. There's 192,000 people here. I don't talk about our award rate in public, but if you speak to an advocate, once you join us as a member or one that you're working with, then they can go through with you based on your case what the numbers would look like. So first of all, if you're considering using a representative, you can go and do this on your own here at the Disability Digest. But as I expect will learn, there are some things that are very difficult to learn, perfect, and apply in the time that you have to react in this application process. So perhaps there's advantages of representation. One key note before we get started: the maximum fee that a disability representative can get paid is $7,200, but they have to win your case to get it. Now, if you look at the lifetime of benefits, average benefit package is $447,000. So, right, I mean, this is money that you get for life to get it done, get it right, maximize your chances, get your most amount of back pay. Those are things that you need to consider in the process. So, up on the screen right now is the first part of what I believe you should have in choosing a disability representative. And that is an easy way to get started. And the first step to get started with representatives is to authorize documents that Social Security requires. And you're looking at our first step one, if you will, to get started. And with us, what we have found that works is there's options for electronic signature. You can print the documents, sign them, send them back. Those are the two most common ways. The mailing, filling out is not really necessary anymore because people understand how to use electronic signature. One of the things that we have found in a successful working relationship is to have expectations. And this is our first page of the Getting Started document that has 11 expectations. What we expect of you, what you can expect of us. And that says doctor's treatment, if you go back to work, if we contact you, if you contact us, those types of things. Where to send your information, what format to send it in, so that we have a clear understanding in advance, and it's a document that you sign so you're aware of it, and we do remind you throughout the process. So easy to do this. You just fill in your name with electronic signatures, put in the date, your address, social security number, and some other identifiers. And it usually takes like 7 to 9 minutes to complete the step one process. Once you've completed your first step that we refer to, the next is to submit information for your Social Security disability case. Now, if you're just getting started, Social Security has an entire checklist that is required to be put in with your application. We use the same structure to do that. This is our step two, where you submit your doctors, your medications, your work history, that type of information to us, backup contact. And if you've already applied and waiting, applied and denied, then it's less information, but it's the same format. You can fill it, enter it into an online form like this, or you can print it off, fill it out, fax it, mail it. We can take the information over the phone. We can do it just about anyway. But the key is to have your information organized in a format and save it somewhere, regardless of how you do this, so that you can go back and reference it, because Social Security will repeat the questioning, believe it or not. Okay, so easy way to get started. Next is file your application correctly, or file your appeal correctly. What is the premise of your application? Why is it that you cannot work or cannot do your past work? And if you've been denied, why is it that you were denied? Maybe there were doctors were missing or medical evidence were missing. So developing the reason why you should be approved. I'm going to talk more about that in a minute. The next big step that we start working on with you is doctor's support. Doctor's support is critical in getting a disability case approved. What you're looking at on the screen right now is a functional capacity evaluation. And this is a document that Social Security recognizes as a doctor's support letter. It communicates to Social Security from your doctor how long you've been treated, what your conditions are, what their opinion is on your limitations, but most importantly, at the bottom of this document, it gives their opinion on how many days a month you would not be able to work. So if they put in 5 or 7 or 10 or none, then that really puts a lock on your case. Now, not all doctors are going to fill this out. We totally understand that. Some doctors are not supportive. They come up with all these different, reasons why they can't. And if that's the case, then we, in addition to this, we teach you how to communicate to your doctors in each and every visit, how to communicate your limitations. What is it that you cannot do despite the fact that they've been treating you? And to get that information into your medical records. So it's kind of the 1-2 punch. It's having this form filled out if possible, and then the next one is I call it manipulating the medical records, communicating your limitations and getting those into the medical records. That's another key step to do that. Now, there's additional evidence steps that we work on and help people with. Just recently, I met with a veteran, a young veteran who has mobility issues because of combat injuries, and so we did a video via Zoom call, recorded some of his limitations. We took those, put them in his case file, and that will be sent off to Social Security. Now, you can do the same thing. You can take, or somebody can take just a simple video, ideally 30 seconds or less, and have that video show, like maybe you have a hard time getting up out of a chair, maybe you're walking with a cane or a walker, maybe you need to use the wall, maybe you're not able to put your arms or lift a gallon of milk, things like that that are limitations, and we can help you with that, so that video can go in the case file, because at the early stages, Social Security doesn't see you. They just see your medical records, a report like this. So getting a visual is helpful. Now also, at the later stages when you go to a hearing, you may have a phone hearing, or even if you have an in-person hearing now, you might not have the opportunity to demonstrate your limitations. So being able to do that, provide that evidence is helpful. Okay, so I want to move on. There are forms that Social Security has. There's at least 2 forms, this one being the most important. And this is your function report that is sent to you. You're responsible for filling it out. And if you can't, you don't have the ability to do it, then we can do it with you over the phone. But we provide you with the directions and what to answer and the structure of the answers, what to put in each question. So, for example, do you take care of anyone else? Do you take care of pets or animals? Does anyone help you with your pets or animals? Like, what should those be? Do you grocery shop? Do you clean? Do you prepare meals? The personal care questions. And so once you've completed those, we have you send a copy of that. The second reason why we want to have you do that is so that you understand the process and the answers and the reason why. Because if it's not, the case is not successfully approved at either the initial level or the reconsideration, and it goes to a hearing, then the judge will ask you a question just like this. They'll spin it in a different way. And so they're looking at what you've answered before, right? So understanding the question, what the correct response is really taking ownership in the process. So that is the next thing that we do. Now, one of the key things that makes a difference that a disability representative has access to and is looking at your case file. As an applicant, if you do this on your own, you don't have the ability to look into your case file. You have your SSA online account that has a progress bar, which is nice, it's accurate, but it doesn't give you this information. And here's why it's important. So you're looking at different documents in a case file that I've kept pretty generic here. And let's say you have 5 doctors that you're seeing, okay? And those 5 doctors have been requested medical records from Social Security. But only 3 of the doctors have returned the medical records, right? And you're 5 months into this process. Okay, well, what we don't want to have happen is have Social Security make a decision just based on a limited amount of evidence. So we want to say, hey, wait, case manager, we need to get those medical records, so we'll work and get on that. And you may have to get involved in that situation if your doctor's not cooperating. It's their responsibility to provide the medical records, so we make sure that they're in there. Then if we did video or other evidence or doctor support, we want to make sure that everything is in there. Now, here's the key, one of the keys. When everything is in the case file, what we want to do is then we're going to write a case theory. And a case theory communicates to Social Security why you qualify for benefits. And the document that I have on the screen right now is a case brief. It goes through the individual, when they applied, what their conditions are, why they cannot work. And so here's just one example of where the experience of a representative can help you. Is that they say, okay, well, this individual has depressive disorder, and it's item 11F1, which is in the case file. So you can reference where the information is for each, or if Dr. XYZ wrote this letter, then that's also referenced in the case file. So for Social Security, when the caseworker looks at it, it tells the story for them clearly. So that's another, that's a real game changer, is to have work like that done. So if you're listening to this and you're using a representative, you know, this is something that you want to do like a check mark with them and say, hey man, are you doing this? Because you pay the same fee depending on, you know, for a representative. So why not have them do the work? All right, so we've talked about the different things that we do to make a difference. And here at the Disability Digest, some of the other resources that we have is we have ongoing educational information. We have different videos on different topics, condition-specific videos that will continue to support you. But once we go through this process and we are successful, we look forward to having you receive one of these letters here, which is the award letter. And it'll say right underneath the title, Notice of Award. And if it's not approved, it'll say disapproved claim or something like that. But here at the Disability Digest, we, if you followed our work, we do 3 things. We help you get approved fast, hopefully. Then we help you keep your benefits, and we help you maximize your benefits. And so when we review your award letter, some of the key points we're going to cover is your entitlement date, which is the red line on the top of the page. This date will help you understand when you are eligible for your health insurance for Medicare. And when that kicks in, which is a big next step for people. We also want to make sure that your monthly check is right, that you received all your back pay, that you understand what your responsibilities are in your award letter. So those are some of the key things. But here at the Disability Digest, we have a complete transition process to help you with your health care. Many of us are licensed insurance agents, and we would understand your doctors and your medications and line that up with what your benefit amount is, if you're eligible for Medicaid and Medicare, help you choose the best plan. There's no charge for that work that we do here. So that's what we do here at the Disability Digest, and in my opinion, if people should be doing at least this and more. I'd love to know if there's other beneficial steps that are out there that people have enjoyed that we could consider implementing here. So I hope you found this helpful. If you're new here and still watching this video, thank you very much, or even if you're coming back. There'll be a link around here where you can come and understand. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel, get more videos, but the best way that we can really help you is with a customized approach. Like if you join us as a member, which there'll be a link around the video, and fill out a profile, then we'll understand once that profile is done, like, are you just getting started? You want to know if you qualify, you do want to know if you applied and waiting, you applied and denied, or maybe you're approved in watching this video. So, and then we can get you to the right information that you need, because maybe you already filled out the forms. It's too late to influence those, but we can pick up the other steps going forward. So just have a look around. Thanks again for watching. I hope you found this helpful. Make it a great day.